we're doing something a little bit different on this video. It is a mailbag video, but folks, I haven't talked about it. I asked people on Twitter and my Facebook for some questions. They responded, made a video out of it. So this is something new. This is not a rehash video from the One Pride podcast. All new questions, and this time I'm going to do it going forward. So expect on Fridays for me to ask you questions on Twitter and Facebook, LNU, wherever you respond, you'll be featured on this video. But before we get into this video, if you think it's a sound and smart idea to go on top of a Ferris wheel, stand at the very top and jump off just for the hell of it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. Sometimes being a Lions fan, you can get squished. Also, take that like button with you. Let that bad boy get slammed. Let's get into today's Lions Mailbag.
Yo, what's the dilly, man? It's your man's Conniver here representing D12 and Detroit. Special shout out to my homie MicroMike out here repping for the Detroit Lions for the great city of Detroit. Detroit versus everyone. Detroit versus everybody. You already know what it is. Much love, MicroMike. Keep doing your thing on YouTube. Keep making videos for those Lions, man. We love them. We have faith in them. One pride. Detroit love. Detroit what?
Hey, in preparation of Eminem being on Hard Knocks, I wanted to do my Conniva intro. So why the hell not, folks? Why not? Well, we got our first question, and this is completely random order. I don't even know really what the questions are, so I'm just going to answer it right off rip and get to it. Question from Anthony, number 5. He hit me up. He says, where would you put the Lions' offense and defense this year compared to the other 31 NFL teams? Offensively, I could put them probably at 13, 14. I think that's where it'll be offensively. Now, it could end up being a top 10, specifically if the defense lets us loose and they start to suck a little bit and we have to go up and make some points to stay in games. Kind of like we've seen with Matthew Stafford years past, where you got to rack up some points and you got to rack up some yards to stay with the team. If that happens, we can elevate. But right now, you know, with what we got, offense from wide receivers to running backs, offensive line, big part there, tight ends, and of course Jared Goff, I have to give it, 13, 14 area. Again, it probably will get elevated due to the defense. Now, let's talk about the defense here. I think the defense, I hope it's around 22, 23 in the NFL. We've seen some progress in preseason. Week 1 sucked. Week 2 better. Week 3 looked excellent. If they can continue that trend, maybe we can be even higher than that. But right now, I want to see it in an NFL season, regular season first, before I push them up there regarding defense. Just got to see it to believe it. Nothing wrong with that. But right now, I think that's what it is. Folks, if you have not liked the video, go ahead and like that video. Let's get to, 300 likes. I think we could do that on a mailbag video. That should not be hard. Let's get to the next question here from Randall Loeffler. He says, do you think the competition between Okudah and Harris was real, or are they using it to motivate Jeff? I 100% believe it was real, Randall. When I was at training camp, they were using Will Harris as starting. He was starting. He was getting reps. The competition was tight. What I think occurred, though, is Jeffrey Okudah put the acceleration, and he got better each game. And he continued to show that he's more talented than Will Harris. Once that occurred, after week 1 of training camp and then preseason, it slowly accelerated. It became crystal clear by the middle of week 2 of training camp that he was going to be the guy. We've seen it in the Indianapolis Colts and Lions mixed practice, and he was starting to get better there, and then you've seen it in the Colts game where he was much improved. And then at that point, week 3, it was already a done deal regarding him being the starter. But 100% believe it was real. Jeffrey Okudah, kudos to him. He took the challenge, and he went with it. Some people will fold. And Eric Ebron, former Detroit Lion, he would probably fold with that type of competition or that type of pressure. But Jeffrey Okudah, thick skin like leather, took it, went with it, and he's now our number 2 guy. And hopefully, eventually he could be the number 1. That's what you want to see from him. Randall again, Would you go after Blake Martinez, the linebacker from the New York Giants? Abso-freaking-lutely, I would go after Blake Martinez. The Detroit Lions right now, we need better depth all the way around, and we need to get studs on this defense. Martinez, surprise cut for the New York Giants. If you didn't know, I think he would absolutely upgrade the position immediately. Now, would he start right away? Probably not. But as we know, right now you got Rodriguez and you got Derek Barnes in the mix between those two, and you got Alex Anzalone. He would jump in there. To me, he'd be better than Chris Board right off rip. Maybe even jump Derek Barnes, but you do want to see Derek Barnes get in there and grow. But hell yeah, absolutely get Blake Martinez. Throw him on this team. You can have Rodriguez and Martinez. We're going international on this linebacking core. Alex Anzalone there, an Italian type of name. So 100% get Blake Martinez. Matter of fact, that's going to be the pinned comment for this mailbag video. Would you sign Blake Martinez, linebacker from the New York Giants? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know what you think about Martinez. I say hell yeah. We got a question here from Mike Hill. Do you believe the defense this year will be better in the run, stop, or pass plays? I think they're going to be much improved in run stopping. I think that is exactly what we needed to happen. We were absolutely pitiful last year regarding stopping the run. Aidan Hutchinson, not only can he sack the quarterback, but a good part of his game is also stopping the run. You've seen it, negative plays in preseason. That's very good. And when you add a player like him, it does give opportunities to a Charles Harris, to Austin Bryant, Ali McNeil stepping up again in a big way year two. And when Joshua Pascal does come to the Lions lineup, when he does, that's a big part of his game is stopping the run. And you've seen that too in preseason. Week 2 we were better. Week 3 we were good. And when you do good on the defensive front like we've built a pretty good defensive line there. It helps the linebackers out, and it does help to have a Malcolm Rodriguez who's sideline to sideline. He's not afraid to make a hit, and that's really important. And Derek Barnes, again, stepping up year 2. So I think the run game is going to be much improved from what was last year. Is it going to be top 10? No. I don't think it's going to be a top 10, but it could be up there, 17, 18, and that's a big improvement from last year, which was absolute trash. Now, when it comes to pass, we're going to get pressure on the quarterback. It's going to force quarterbacks to throw the ball early, and we're going to get sacks. Again, Austin Bryant, Aidan Hutchinson, Charles Harris. We've seen these 3 in preseason wreaking havoc already, so that's going to affect the pass game in a big way. We don't know about Julian Okwara yet. He's been injured, but absolutely, I think the defense from what you want to see is going to be improved. Just how much improved? Because you got to understand, last year, we're the worst in the NFL regarding quarterback pressures, and that let teams throw all over us. And we don't really know what we got going on with the Lions secondary right now. It's a big-time question mark. Can Jeffrey Okudah take that step that we want him to? We've seen strides in preseason, but you want to see it in the regular season. And can he stay healthy? Amani Oruwariye as well. He actually, it felt like preseason he kind of was a little bit worse than normal, but at the same time, he is Amani. He's been consistent, and we don't really know what's going on with the safety position. Can Kirby Joseph at some point where he able to get on there on the defense when Deshaun Elliott eventually gets hurt? We'll see, but I do think it's going to be an improvement. Just don't know how much of an improvement. Matthew Peterson, what's your birthday? My birthday is May 28, 1985. I am a Gemini. Thank you for that question there. And, hey, I love the summer, so I get summer birthdays. That's what's up there. We got Twan on Twitter as well. Would you rather trade up or trade down in next year's draft if you chose? Depends where we are in the draft. I believe the Lions would be a 7-8 win football team. If that's the case, I would like to get a quarterback in the draft. You're going to have to trade up to get a quarterback. If you're wanting to get one in the first round, one of those elite quarterbacks, you'll have to trade up. If we're not, and Jared Goff's end up being really good, I'm not wanting to trade up. I would just kind of sit in place. I'd sit there because I really would like to upgrade the linebacker position. I think that's really important in the first round. We have to. And who knows what other needs we're going to need, too, for the Lions. Maybe a quarterback falls late in the first round for that Rams pick, or they feel we need to get better at corner or safety. We still need help at those positions, so I want to get the talent. Trading back is cool in theory if you're in the beginning of the draft. I can totally get it. But if we're kind of where I think we're going to be, I'd like to stay where we're at. Now, if we're absolute butt cheeks, probably just take a quarterback and stay there. Or you could trade back and acquire more draft picks. But, I'm not wanting to really trade up unless it's for an elite player this time. Elite quarterback, in my eyes. That's my thing. I think we still need help on defense quite a bit, so I don't want to lose a lot of capital for that. Now, these questions is hilarious. It came from the folks of Chat Sports here. My boss, James Yoder, says, is Aiden Hutchinson's mom the number one MILF in the National Football League? Absolutely she is. Zach Wilson, stay away from her. She is married, and we don't need to have no problems. Now, Aiden Hutchinson would have more ability to sack you when we've played the Jets this year. I guess that's a positive there for sure. We got Chase Sr. from the Eagles and the 49ers. Says, hey, MicroMike, do you think it's a good idea to roll downhill on a slope of nails and screws with your body painted Lions blue and silver? If that's the case, definitely subscribe to Detroit Lions Talk 100%. Absolutely. Look, I love getting screwed. And if you're rolling down with nails and screws, getting screwed's a good thing. And we got my guy here, Mitchell Rentz. He says, hey, MicroMike, do you think it's a good idea to eat Taco Bell while washing down with some Miralax with only a single square of toilet paper painted in the Lions blue and silver? If that's the case, definitely subscribe to Detroit Lions Talk. Look, diarrhea, it's all about it. You get that Honolulu blue and silver diarrhea come out of you, and you definitely only got one piece of toilet paper, and you got to wipe it. I think the worst part is you have to make a video right after that happens, so you have to smell it, and that's a nasty, nasty thing. But I agree with you. We got some questions here from Facebook. Dennis Tidek, will we sign a practice squad quarterback? I'm going to assume so. We will at some point. You got to get a young guy. Who knows it will be? There's some young players out there. I would love for them to get a Carson Strong or somebody else on the market just to have there to develop. There's nothing wrong with that. Plus, we got a practice squad kicker. Why the hell wouldn't we have a practice squad quarterback? Makes sense to me. We got two anonymous questions here. Would you draft a quarterback in round 1 in 2023? Yes. I would definitely do that. If Jared Goff's not living up to like we think, get a quarterback. I have no problem with that. Plus, if you look at all these extensions these quarterbacks are getting, Russell Wilson here, hell, it's just an insane amount of money. Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, these guys are getting mega deals, so to get a quarterback on a rookie deal would help out as well. Do you believe it was a mistake to not draft a quarterback? Yes, I believe it was a mistake not to draft a quarterback. Yep, opportunities in the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, 7th round. Skylar Thompson, TA from Raw Detroit's guy, 7th round pick. Why not? We got a guy who's not on the active roster who we drafted in the 6th round. Could add a quarterback to back up, and you wouldn't have to sign Nate Sudfeld. You wouldn't have to worry about the Tim Boyle and David Blau conundrum in the beginning of training camp all the way through there. So 100%. 100% I would have, and I think it's a mistake. They can't make that mistake in 2023. FYI. They can't make the mistake. We got to be able to look at some prospects, folks. I'm getting ready for some college football. That's what's up. Appreciate all these questions. Get ready next week when I do it again. If you guys post questions after I made this video, I apologize. Repost them again next week. With that said, folks, adios.